That's one of our secret marinating. This is a 1.5 size cup of marinade.
Yeah.
I learned practically everything you need to know about a chicken from the farm to the table. We have a farm that is absolute highest standards for producing chicken in the country. My middleman and I have been doing business for over 25 years. He knows what I need as a chef. So it starts with this raw product that comes here fresh every day, 6 days a week. So that's the process for seasoning the chicken. Now we're going to take it to the cooler.
I don't see no season.
The new goes to the top. The stuff from the day before goes to the bottom. And then we kind of cycle it in the middle is what's used in the day. Make sure that it's marinated for at least 24 hours or so. You can only imagine how many biscuits and how much chicken we go through if we get these once a week. So
I want to see what they're putting on it. What kind of spices you're using. Tell us about that.
Brown mix is for chicken. The white is for the biscuits. So we load them here. We count it, make sure we have enough. And then we bring it in and we load it for the restaurant. So right now I'm going to get the batter and I'm going to walk you guys through how we get that process going. Okay, we used to do this back in the restaurant in Compton, and that was actually one of my first jobs in high school. I would have to drive all the way out to the restaurant.
I use yellow corn flour. I can't see what kind they're using. I use yellow corn flour.
Yeah, my dad had in Compton and made this by hand. Trenton is my middle son, and he works real closely with me on everything Honey's Kettle. He's an amazing chef, truly amazing. So here's the mix, and it has all the ingredients, flours, of course, different spices and seasonings, and different types of salts.
Yep, seasoning.
So we start with filtered water, fresh filtered water. That gives us the best flavor, the best crisp. My dad has been doing these recipes and creating these recipes for years, so every so often he changes up the amount of water we use because he wants it to be a perfect consistency. We're probably going to something like 100 pounds a day of batter mix. Whoa. That would be 2 of those bags you just saw. Pour that in.
You better hope I don't come around because I got a good recipe too.
It's like a perfect consistency after the 3 minutes of the amount of mix we did. It's like I like to call it like a melted ice cream milkshake type of consistency. So what we do is we come to the raw chicken here. This is the marinated chicken, and we put it to one side like that. And the purpose for that is when we go to dip the chicken in it, we don't want the batter to fall off really slow because then it's going to be caked on batter. And we don't want it falling off so fast that it has no bubbles to it. We dip it in our batter, and you see that nice creaminess and how it shakes, and we shake off the excess, and then we drop it in there. And you see that batter, see how it's dripping off? You're already an expert. If you say, it's not running off like water, it does have a certain thickness that's holding it. Our chicken is made through a process, we call it the reinvention of kettle fried chicken. A kettle is a deep vat of oil. We're talking like 50 pounds of oil. We use 100% peanut oil. It's the highest grade of oil you can use.
It is, I agree with that.
When we drop our wet chicken, it goes to the bottom, so what it's doing is locking a crust, a crispy, crackling crust. And that crust is going to lock in all the natural flavor of the chicken, the marinade, and it's going to cause the chicken to basically pulverize inside of it because of the heat. Where does the heat come from? The heat comes from the bottom. So this is a modern kettle, right? So that heat is going to be more intense at the bottom than at the top. This is an invention of mine. It looks like, a sword, but we call it the kettle fork. We can't put our hands in there, but we can reach down here in the bottom of the kettle, and you'll notice when I get to the bottom, the chicken has lodged itself onto this heavy-duty grate. I had these purposely made. It's a heavy-duty process of cooking the chicken, so you need heavy equipment. So then now I take the fork, and I dislodge all the chicken and any batter comes from the bottom. So we're going to take that and...
Now you know how you can avoid that. When you drop that chicken, don't drop it. You let it crust up for a few seconds. Then you let it go. When you do it like that, it'll never stick to the bottom. Promise.
Boom! And there it goes down to the pot. And that's ready for the production line. My mother, who's from New Orleans, my father, who's from Shreveport, are two of the best cooks that ever.
See that what he talking about, that Shreveport part, not no New Orleans part. I'm close to New Orleans. And this far down south, you don't do it like that.
Was. And I used to just kind of be in the kitchen around my mother, just sort of watching her.
I'm not knocking it either, because I'll try it.
But it's based on all my experiences. We've been around here for 22 years. I think we had something to do with the popularity of fried chicken, because now people realize you can get healthy fried chicken. Fried chicken that leaves the oil where it belongs and gives you only the final product. And then we're going to break it apart and get it ready for when the bell rings.
Ready to make the mama biscuit.
Biscuits are as American as it gets. The recipe for the biscuits, it came from research and development in Compton. 1985, she joined me in the pursuit of running a business in Compton. We call her Mama's Biscuits.
Even at home they call me Mama Biscuit. They're famous in here. People love this biscuit.
This recipe took years and years of development.
I have people at work that already know how to make biscuit. As long as I'm in the store, I don't want nobody else make the biscuit while I'm in the store.
She cuts at an angle and then lifts the biscuit at the same time, and it dislodges the biscuit from the rest of the dough. And then they're touching and kissing each other. Very important in making a biscuit that you do that so they rise together. The center of that, we put what we call biscuits with the dimple. It's where people put their butter and their honey or syrup, and they put it right there in the center.
Fluffy?
Beautiful. I didn't invent fried chicken. The thing I did was perfected it.
Okay.
We say to people that, what kind of food are we? We're American food. When I did my research on Honey's Kettle, I went to the Central Library and researched early American colonial cooking. Kettles in the family fireplace.
Yes.
And guess who was in the kitchen? They all was the color of my skin.
Yeah, you know that.
They were the cooks.
You know
Our
that.
people are very good at flavoring food.
That's right.
I can tell when I eat something when it's been cooked
guarantee
right.
you.
That could be in my DNA. It was my passion to deliver a product that would last for generations of time. Chicken is now the #1 meat consumed in America. We're seeing this resurgence of chicken is because some people really know how to do it. And we're one of those people.
I tell you what, you can't go wrong with some good chicken. Chicken gonna always be #1 in my book. Especially when it's fried right.
That's my thing. Honey's Kettle Fried Chicken, a new old-fashioned company.
Alright. I gotta make my way up there to try this chicken. Let's see what they're talking about. Y'all go ahead and give me a like and a subscribe. And drop a comment what y'all think of the fried chicken from LA Honey Kettle. Have you tried it before? What you think of it? Will you try it? I think I'll try it. I might even try to recreate the recipe. Stay tuned. See y'all next time.